Wow. Woohoo. I think we're finally live. I think we're finally live. Everybody take a deep breath. Come on in. Come on in. My computer did not want to boot up. Boot. Welcome, everyone. Hi. Thank you for waiting on me and for allowing this extra time that was needed to come here live with you all. It's been an exciting week. It's been an emotional week. Tomorrow starts our first of many to come. I feel that of the Emerald Compass Sacred Gathering right here. And I was just looking out, and I'm in a different space right now because the other room I'm usually in, we created a space in there for one of our attendees to be able to stay in there. So, and I was just looking out the window and seeing my husband and one of my grandsons. Oh, there's two. There's three. Oh, there's actually three grandsons helping my husband clean up in front of the shed. This is a family. This is a I wouldn't say community because we've actually created our own community within our family structure of coming together and working together in not always harmony, right? It's not always harmony. I mean, that's real. So, yeah, sometimes you have blow-ups. Sometimes even being in this, working on ourselves and trying to be in this center and attempting to be grounded. Sometimes I get really frustrated too. But today, as we gather today and in this, I want to say new energy, there's a new energy that's coming through. Hi, Joanne. Thanks so much for joining. But as we gather today, sharing our truth is the subject matter I want to bring forth today. There's been some conversations around this lately. And again, this morning, as I was asking, what is it that wants to really come forth? And when we realize that we have, okay, so I can feel my energy is still a little frazzled. So right now I'm just taking a deep breath. Join me if you desire. Coming back to center, taking that breath down, down, down into my heart space. And as I took that into my heart space, I could feel the energy travel down, 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 down into my perineum, grounding me right here with you all. Grounding me. See, when we catch ourselves out of sync or talking fast or tripping, that's one of my telltales. That's one of my personal signs when I trip. When I'm tripping more than normal, for some reason I trip or step my toes. Even my girl's like, Guy, you step your toes quite a bit, don't you, Mom? That's one of my signs that I'm too busy in here or that I haven't, even if I have reclaimed myself, even if I've taken that deep breath, like spend more time with that Tammy. That's what that's telling for me. That's one of my telltale signs. So as I share that with you, start paying attention to when you get out of sync or when you get frazzled real easy. That is a telltale sign. What is it that you do? For me, it's tripping. For somebody else, it could be shouting. screaming. It could be getting frustrated so easy and crying. And then that makes you mad. So then you cry more because you're so mad at yourself. So what are some of your telltale signs of when you're not in sync, when you're not centered, when you're not grounded? We all have those. And we all get out of sync, darlings. We all do. And when we let ourselves off the hook, yes, when we let ourselves off the hook, of being perfect, and maybe it's like, not saying that you even screwed up, because how many of you do that? Oh, I screwed up. Oh, I wasn't in my center. Oh, I wasn't grounded. Like, girl, you're human. Remember that. You're still in a human body. I've had to remind myself that a lot, especially this last week, knowing that the Emerald Compass Sacred Gathering is actually starting tomorrow. We have people arriving. Actually, we have one person I know for sure is arriving tomorrow. And me thinking things were not good enough. Me getting emotional, like I can feel the emotion come up. And I go into that heart space. I work my tools. Some of you know those tools. Are you working your tools? Are you listening to when and catching yourself? And this is, are you catching yourself and not beating yourself up? Are you catching yourself when you're out of sync? Are you catching yourself when you're frazzled? Last night, I was going to push myself to keep going. And it's like, no, my body said no more, Tammy. I'm thinking, oh, I can go till midnight. I don't have to be up till 5:30. I can go till midnight, 5 hours of sleep. And my body was just like, girl, you're done. Let it rest. Let it rest. Let yourself rest. Ooh, ooh. So I listened to my body. Was there part of me that wanted to keep pushing? You better believe there was. There's still a list of things that want to be done, that I want to have done. And then there's those things that where it just is what it is. Can we allow things to be just, it is what it is. So those of you that are new to me, my name is Tammy Lee. I'm an accelerated way shower, an intuitive guide, teaching others, showing others how to come back to their sovereign, sacred self, opening up to that inner landscape that awaits us, that wants us to come back home within us. Wants to come back home within us. Yes. Whew. Feels good, doesn't it? I've been doing this work, evolving in this work. Thank you. I've been evolving in this work for over 20 years. There's so much love coming through me right now for all of you. You see, it kind of choked me up, but I'm allowing that love to flow through right now. Because it's love for you and it's also love for me. Like I can feel my spirit, my essence grateful for me, for doing the work I've been doing to get to this point right now today. I have, that thought has, visions have come to me for years of having a sacred gathering here on our land, here in Kansas, a true working farm. Let's put it like that. True working farm. And I've had to learn to let things go. Like I thought I had to have my own separate little building, okay? A sacred gathering space before I could say yes. Because it's to be all inclusive. That has not been built yet. I thought I had to have certain things in place, you know, ordered a couple of storm doors because our screens are broke or one doesn't seal anymore, or, just, they're not going to be here in time. It is what it is. When we can allow those things that aren't happening within our timeline, and when we think it has to happen within our timeline, when we let those things go, it opens us up to new and different possibilities. When I say a working farm, and I tell people that, and I've told the women that have, whether they're coming this time or to the next Emerald Compass Sacred Gathering, we have a working farm. There are peacocks running around. There are chickens running around. There are different birds. We have a peacock in the front every day, shaking his feathers, doing his dance, calling in his mate, and he leaves his droppings. I don't have time. I don't take the time to go wash that off every single day. I'm not on the poop patrol. That's funny. I think I'll ask one of my kids if they want to be on the poop patrol. One of my grandkids. That's funny. But this perfectionism or this thinking we have to have everything perfect in order for a guest to come, or to have something beyond our normal show up, to say yes to something that is beyond our normal. When we let that perfection go, when we allow ourselves to just be who we truly are. There's a corner over in the front room, dining room area, that there's probably a half a pallet of bamboo flooring. Everybody's asking, well, what are you going to do with that? Oh my gosh, you're going to move that. These people are showing up. Like, no, I'm not. That is what it is. It's real. It's true. It's how I roll. Where am I going to put it? I'm going to... It's just part of it until we have the time to put it down. It's just part of rolling with life, right? And when you allow that, there's like, just like your whole body can take a breath of fresh air. You can breathe deeper when we let go of the perfectionism. If we let go of how we think things should be, how we think we should be. And if you can't let it go, that's where you need to start asking the questions. That's where the work is. I had a friend text me something this morning. She actually reached out to me. I want to read this to you. She had a really great reminder for me because I even went to town this morning. I went to town this morning to go to the grocery store to make sure I have everything for the food. I get to the grocery store. I forgot my list. So I'm like, okay, what's on the list? No recall of even what's on the list. Now, I could have been so mad at myself and shaming myself and beating me up. I could have done that. And instead of like, oh, silly girl. And I giggled. Like I was not meant to be at the grocery store at that moment in time. I believe that. So when we allow things to just let it go. Yes, that's another 40 minutes because I'll have to drive home, which I'm at home now. Go back, grab my list, and go back to town later. But I so believe in divine timing. There's a reason why I didn't get groceries earlier today. Again, letting go of the perfection. So I had a friend reach out that also has retreats every now and then. She said, remember Tammy. Well, first she said, I'm sure it will be magical. See, I'm getting emotional just thinking about that. I'm sure it will be magical. Just remember. See, and what I'm about to say, I want you to remember this too. Okay? Because this is as much for me as it is for you. Everybody that hears this, when you're asked to go, let's just say you're asked to go somewhere, you're invited to a wedding, a birthday party, you're creating an event of where you live. Wherever you are, remember that you are the remedy these other people are needing. That's not to put pressure on yourself. Just being who you are. You are the remedy for others. That's who's inviting you. That's who's showing up for you. You are the remedy other people are needing. Remember. If you want to write that down, that's fine. Remember, you are the remedy other people are needing. Your beautiful self. Your beautiful self. Your beautiful self is the remedy other people are needing. Can you feel that? Can you feel that? Will you allow, this better question, will you allow yourself to feel that? Will you allow yourself to feel that you, darling, you, your beautiful self, is a remedy that other people are needing? Yes. So let me ask you, ladies that are here with me right now, what's up with you today? Hmm? Is somebody needing you and you're not sure if you've been invited or been asked to do something and you're not sure if you want us to have a yes for that? This went totally on a whole different subject matter than what I originally thought I was going to bring forth. This cracks me up sometimes. So, as we gather today, think about where you are. Think about where you're so stringent with your perfectionism, with thinking everything has to be in line, in order, that you may actually be shutting something out, that you're not allowing something else to show up that maybe you are needing, that you are desiring, that you've been asking for. Listen to your body. Allow your emotions. And allow, allow, allow. There's something out there. There's something really good, very sacred, very heartfelt that is waiting to come to you. Will you allow it? Will you let go of how you think it's supposed to look like? Will you let go of how you think it has to show up? Will you allow the space? Will you allow the space for the greatness to show up in your life? Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for being patient with the technical difficulties. My computer did not want to boot up at all. So, until next time, I'll see you next week. I'm going to be diving in deep with the attendees here. Thank you, everyone, for joining today. May you all be blessed in miraculous ways that you least expect. Cheers, everyone.